try to dig the colorful things we say.
And
welcome back.
We are back to our 8th episode of
That's your opinion,
man. All right,
fuck, man. 2 months, all right.
2 months.
All right.
Let's kind of
We should
toast
to this.
toast
Okay.
to that.
Fuck yes, absolutely.
I feel accomplished as fuck.
I'm trying to compare it to something, but I can't. I really can't. What's significant for 2 months?
No, I
don't know.
believe you can compare it to winning gold in the 1998 Winter Olympics.
Oh yeah, and if you've had an erection that long, it's probably just a dead boner.
Oh my God, yeah.
Okay.
I'm just gonna.
Made no fucking sense. It's just that was.
that was
I
good.
want to start over.
No, and so and if you want to
dead appendage.
if you want to fact check, I have no clue if there was a 1998 Winter Olympics.
19. Oh, okay. I don't. Oh, Jesus Christ. Okay. You said that with such confidence.
Oh, it was. Yeah,
it was believable.
Yeah, exactly.
It was a good job.
Shit,
you know?
Yes.
You
Well,
should be a newsman.
Oh yes, yeah. I would. It just I can't read. So.
I can't read.
No, I just look at the cool pictures.
It's a tough thing.
Yeah, it's like,
yeah.
Can I read this book if there's
the
no
world
pictures?
is a picture book.
Yeah.
Okay.
I just think about from Charlie from It's Always Sunny.
I know. Your goddamn illiteracy.
God damn
Your
it, Charlie.
goddamn illiteracy.
Great. It says pirates. What did you say?
Private.
You mean private? Whatever. Oh fuck yeah.
I love Charlie.
So, anyways, welcome to That's Your Opinion, Man, hosted by myself, Chris, and we have
Andrew Shallon.
All right. Whoa, he says his last name. Yes. All right. Welcome. Let's do this one more time. My name is Chris Marvel, and we have
Andrew Shallon.
All right. There we go. We want to welcome you into our world.
Took a step.
I love
step.
that. Everyone,
2 months
this is
in, you might
2
as well
months in, yeah.
just commit full bore. All right.
Thank you. I really appreciate it, and I think the people.
It's not
appreciate
because
that.
I was I didn't want people to know I was with you.
Yeah,
It
perfect.
was
Yeah,
not, I wasn't ashamed of you in any way. Chris,
Yes,
okay?
yeah.
Although your height is,
You're like-
is an issue for
Yep,
me.
exactly.
Okay.
You're like, Chris, you're good enough to have sex with, but as far as a relationship, nope, I'm out. Right?
I was like just a blunt weapon right there. Like,
Oh,
you're good to fuck, but okay.
Literally, that has happened to multiple people out there in this world. So
Tough thing.
it's a tough thing, and I feel bad, but
We're here for
reality
you.
is harsh.
If you, she's not worth it. Okay.
I hear you, yeah. God. All right. So, yes, we thank you for coming into our world, listening to our podcast about news
and shit
and shit
and views
We
Views.
had.
If we need to be PC, it's views.
You guys, real quick, this is what's super shitty is the first time we created this, we wanted it to say our podcast about news and shit.
Yes.
Just because I feel like it's about news, but also we kind of bullshit and it just whatever.
It's a succinct way to put our bullshittery.
Correct.
We are
Yes.
doing.
Yeah.
Yes.
But
Absolutely.
Facebook and other social media will not let us have
A cuss word in the title.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
the dumbest thing
Yeah.
because I can say cocksucker motherfucker on this,
Yes.
and people can still click on it,
Yeah.
but they don't want
Yeah.
me to put it on the picture.
Yes, it's so bullshit. So
It's fucking dumb.
Yeah, so
It's
we're
fucking dumb.
it's a podcast about news and views. It rhymes.
and views.
It's in a pretty little package.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
oh,
We're just
jeez.
gonna keep repeating it until you can't get out of your head.
Yeah,
News and
exactly.
views.
Yeah. News and views.
News and views.
Costanza.
News and views.
Yeah. All right. So let's kind of really talk about how was your week, Andrew? Let's talk about each other's weeks.
Oh well,
let's get into
let's
it.
Just dive deep.
Yeah.
My week was it was okay.
It was
At
okay.
the very least.
Okay,
It was okay. You know what
Was
I
it-
did? I fucking worked.
Okay.
When
Yeah.
you take 2 days off of work last week and you come back to work on Monday, it is a fucking shit show.
It's always a shit show,
Oh,
especially
my God.
How many emails did you have?
Dude, the number I responded to, very few. Very
Yeah.
few. I had a lot of emails, but I didn't respond to many of them.
Andrew, I got a lot of emails, but how many? 3, 4.
I mean, how long am I gonna live? 50. I just gotta coast for 30 more years.
Perfect,
We're
yeah,
fine.
yeah.
All right.
You just answer one email a day.
Well, the important
Yes,
ones.
yeah,
If they have that little exclamation point next to them,
Yeah.
boom, response. All right. They're not sorry.
Where's the auto respond button where it just automatically answers the email? Like fuck.
the building's burning down, and Andrew's just saying.
Well, I guess I don't know if we can talk about that, but so there was a
Probably not.
Okay.
No, I don't want to talk about it.
Okay.
I don't want to talk about it.
Maybe edit right there.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yep.
All right. So other than that, your week, anything interesting? Nothing like that.
I'm trying to think. It was a boring week.
It was kind of a
It was
boring
a
ass
boring
week.
week.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, in all honesty.
Yeah.
Waiting for summer to fucking arrive in
Yeah.
Minnesota.
I think I'll let you finish.
Minnesota.
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 Yeah. Don't you know?
Don't you know? Oh,
it's-
yeah.
I feel like we were kind of getting teased a bit. Like you can feel the warm summer, warm sun, and it was really cold in the beginning, and then it just steadily started
The
getting
days
warmer.
are getting long.
Yeah, it's
They
great.
are.
Yeah.
It's like light till like 6 p.m. now.
Yeah, I fucking love
And
it.
daylight savings time
Yeah,
is
yeah.
ending in a week.
Yes.
Oh, no. Did it already end?
No, it's. I
When's
think
it
it's
end?
Sunday or Monday or something like
Tomorrow?
that. Yeah.
It ends tomorrow?
Okay, well then, as far as my week goes,
Chris, how
it was
have
my
you been?
it was my last week at my
Aw.
yeah, it was my last week at the property that I was helping manage.
There we go. Where are you going?
Now I'm going to your place.
My property.
All right,
Let's
yeah,
not be
so
too
now
bad.
we're gonna be working
All right.
together. We're gonna kick ass,
yeah.
take names.
You're
Literally,
working hard, bro.
we are going to be working hard.
Get back to work, boy.
Yeah. Let's see. I went on a date. It was a very
okay.
successful one. Didn't
There we go.
It was very unexpected. I didn't think like.
Does she know about this podcast?
No.
No.
Nope. No. Maybe
Okay.
later
This
I
is
will
like
let
a
her
third
know.
date podcast. You tell her about.
Is that what?
This
Yeah.
is
Yeah.
It's not a second,
Yeah.
first date. You
Yeah.
know, third date. You know, you guys are making out, getting hot and heavy, and you say, "Hey, you should know something." Okay?
You know, I mentioned you.
You were born a female,
Yes.
and then you have a podcast.
Yes.
That's the two things. Okay.
Just accept me, okay?
I have a podcast. I was born a man.
Yeah.
Two equal things right there.
That works,
Just,
okay.
just exchange.
I'm not
Okay.
really sure how that does, but yeah, that works.
I mean, biology class. I mean, I got a slideshow I can show you later.
Okay, perfect.
All
Yeah.
right.
So we went to a brewery and it was super fun.
Oh, what brewery?
We went to Venn Brewing.
don't know what
If
that
you've never
is.
been there, so it's right off of Hiawatha. It's right on the corner of Ford Parkway.
It's St. Paul.
No, Minneapolis.
Oh, Minneapolis. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. It's right actually where we used to live. Where I used to
down-
live.
okay,
Yep.
that's
It's
like-
right on
yeah.
Hiawatha 55.
Nokomis area.
Kind of. You know where that Burger King is?
Yeah, I do.
It's right at the kitty
do.
corner
For
across.
all you listeners,
Yeah.
it's that brewery right next to that Burger King.
It's there. It is.
Okay.
By,
It's right there. Take a left, I
Yep.
think, right? When you're going down 55, take a left.
Yeah,
Go past
depending
the
on where
Burger
you're
King
going.
on the
Yeah.
right.
No, you'd be. It's.
Huh?
Oh Jesus. So basically,
These aren't real directions
yeah,
to anybody.
yeah. I'm like, where you? I'm like, first of all,
I
like,
don't know.
where are you coming from? Like,
Have
it
you
all,
at that
yeah.
Burger King though?
Yeah, yes. I remember. This is when I dropped Wes off to his place
After Chicago.
after no drinking, I think, or something like that.
Yeah.
And we all came back to our place, and he ate like 2 Whoppers.
Fuck yeah.
It was amazing. It was incredible. I'm like, fuck, get it, dude. I love it. Oh shit.
Dude, Burger King is the best fast food.
Yeah, I love their fries. It's great. Anyways, so let us digress. So the week was good. Had a great date.
Good.
And I'm gonna continue seeing her, which was
far
unexpected.
as you
Like
know.
as far as I know, yeah. I'm gonna call her tomorrow. Be like, hey, we doing anything? And then nothing. Yeah.
When you call me and I can just hear the saltiness of the tears
Yeah.
through the the telephone.
You're like, Chris,
Aw.
are you ugly crying?
Why'd you put on mascara?
She
I
said-
wanted her to know. I wanted her to know.
I wanted to make her feel special.
Oh my God.
Fuck. All right. So let's get to the beer of the week.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah. And so you brought this little ditty over.
This is mine.
Yeah,
So,
and we posted it on Facebook already, just
this
to
has been posted on
let y'all
Facebook.
know that we are
have
recording.
2 beers of the week. So
We do.
Starting off right now,
Oh, shit.
and this is the first time I've ever bought a can like this. So,
Oh.
so when you go to a brewery, you see they have like those. What are they called? The jugs. What are they called?
What?
When they
Yeah.
growlers. Yeah. So you see they had the growlers.
No, actually, it's pronounced growler.
growler.
Yeah.
Growl.
No, growler.
Growler.
You just sound very.
Yeah, we're gonna cut that out.
Okay. Yeah.
So it's 12 Eyes Brewing.
What was it? What is it called?
12 Eyes.
12
Brewing.
Eyes.
12 Eyes because it's 3 guys.
It's like a spider.
So it's
They have
it's
AIDS.
3 guys. It's and they all have glasses.
Really?
So they're 4 eyes.
Hashtag nerd alert.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but so it's a brown ale from Lowertown, St. Paul.
Oh shit.
It's a cool little brewery, a tiny little place.
Okay.
Not a bad spot. I think I saw all 3 dudes working behind the bar there on a Saturday.
You're like, hi,
so,
hi.
Like, this is our lives.
Yeah.
I have a brown ale here, and the funny thing is so. When you go to these breweries, you see that they have these big cans, and it turns out they're 25 ounces.
Aren't those pint cans?
No, 25 ounces.
Oh,
that's
yeah,
more than a
shit.
pint.
Yeah, that's
so
a
25
that's
ounces.
a big boy.
And I love holding this can because it's fucking huge. Like,
I bet
can't,
you do.
Oh shit, can. Honestly, the can's cooler than the beer.
You know what it reminds me of very much kind of like a shorter, but I would say a wider, like Foster's can. You know, Foster's.
Yeah. Yep.
It's very much
Yep.
like that size.
Yep. I feel like I'm 12 years old drinking my dad's beer.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
Honestly,
it's way better though.
it's some good shit.
I thought
So it's a brown ale. Chris, how'd you feel about it?
Yeah. So I like brown ales. I think a lot of people, their experience with brown ales usually is what's it called? Newcastle, and that's a very sweet
Newcastle. Yep.
brown ale.
Yeah, Bell's Two Hearted. Bell's Best Brown.
Best Brown,
Best
yeah,
Brown.
yeah, and that's a really, really good one too. But with this too, yeah. Is there an ABV on there? And ABV to all the newbies out there, it's alcohol by volume.
You're looking at.
So we're looking at a
I don't know.
percentage.
We were drinking it. I bet it was a 4.5. No, it was a 5.3.
I would say I bet you it's at least like
5.3.
bet you at least it was a 5er.
5.3.
Yeah.
I bet.
All right.
You can kind of guess those things. The fact that they had to put it on the label, you take a sip, you know what you're drinking.
Yeah.
You know what you're dealing with.
You're like, yep, this is beer.
Yep, I'm getting fucked up.
Yep.
Or no, yep, I'm drinking a lot of these. Yeah. Chris, what
works.
is your beer of the week? I see you went domestic here.
Holy shit. Are you guys ready for this? What's funny is I was talking shit about this beer on my date. But I got a whole thing, a free 12-pack, a 24-pack of, yes, the beautiful Canon Red, you guessed it, the Budweiser. Like the actual Budweiser. And that is a very domestic, not a microbrew. It's a macro.
A microbrew? Is that what you just said? Microbrew?
I like my microbrews, whatever, Don't judge me.
Dude, I love Budweiser just for the America aspect of it. That's about it.
You sure it's just you don't like big
America.
Clydesdales?
I mean,
That's-
you always hear about... So there was this man, okay? This is a true story, okay?
Okay.
I don't know if it was in Minnesota. I think it might have been in Wisconsin. They found him in a field. He had covered himself in oats and carrots and had horses licking it off of him.
No.
Laying naked in a field.
No.
And this man, like some dude, there was about 3 months before he did that where he's like, he had that thought and he's like, no, it's crazy. Why would I do that? That's fucking weird.
I just feel, Andrew,
some weird shit.
I feel bad for the man who is just kind of going about his day and he's walking through the field. He's like, "Oh, what's Sheba doing over there? What's Sheba doing over there? What's in the grass? No, get out of there, Sheba. What do you? Oh, hey man, what's going on?" The guy's like,
How do you explain that away?
How do you explain
don't.
that? And
don't.
how the guy who had oats on himself should apologize.
Covered himself in oats.
Because he just traumatized that poor farmer dude, or the owner of the horse.
But what if that farmer, like, he planted that seed in that dude's head, so that farmer's like, man, that looked fun. I don't know. And it's just passed along.
It's
But
just,
no,
it's just like a virus.
Some dude out there just going to work, driving to work, passing you on the interstate was thinking about getting licked by horses.
Yes, it's like, oh God. He's like, I sure do wish I had a girlfriend. Maybe I should get some oats and just have a horse lick me.
I could visit my children, or I could sit in the field, lay in the field.
Jesus.
I wonder what he was just saying to the horses the whole time.
Oh yeah.
It's like,
jeez, I don't know.
I feel
Yeah,
like that's
yeah.
your...
That's what he was like.
I feel like I'm setting you up right
He's
now,
like,
Chris.
oh, Wilbur. It's like, would you just lick it off me, please? Just,
totally forgot about
just
this
the
story
tip.
until you made-
Just the tip, please.
I totally forgot about this story until you made that Clydesdale joke.
That's good. Oh, jeez.
He's just like, I like the mental image right now
Yeah.
is just like fucking with me.
Do you? So this guy, do you imagine him being a small man or a larger man?
I'm guessing he's
I
how
don't know if it
tall are you?
matters. 5'7", yeah. Well, yeah.
He's 5'6", all right. It's a little
He's
shorter.
bit shorter than
5'6",
that.
got a little beer gut, you know.
Okay.
He's not fit, you know.
Yeah.
And then just hard as a rock.
Oh,
I'm sure.
Jesus.
Fuck.
Oh man, yeah. Okay.
You know, he went to the store and he's like, I'm just gonna buy it. You know, I'm not gonna do it. You know, I'm just gonna have. I need. You know, I can. If I don't do it, you know, I'll have breakfast. You know,
He's
like,
literally
just rationalizing the whole way through.
I just have to laugh because he walks up to the clerk and he's like, "Which oatmeals do horses prefer the most?" Like what? Like what's? Yes. Well, I mean, would a horse rather eat oatmeal or carrot or honey off my body?
Yeah.
What?
Which is the most aphrodisiac
Yes.
oatmeal you have? Okay.
Yes. I love it. Oh shit! All right. So I believe that's the end of our beer of the week.
There we go. There we go.
All right. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna play a little thing. It's called just the tip.
Of the topic.
Yes. Which
So-
we're gonna get into just kind of like just the tip of the iceberg, tip of the topics of kind of the news during the week.
Absolutely.
And all of that.
This is going to be an evolving segment, I think.
Correct.
Because we literally just came up with it 5 minutes ago.
Fuck yeah.
So,
You're so honest with our listeners. I like
mean,
it. Yeah.
my heart is
You're
just on my
you're an
sleeve
open
right now. Okay.
dove.
All right.
You're an
Okay.
open dove. Your wings are spread. I don't know.
I'm just going to be quiet and
don't
let
know.
Chris finish this nonsensical
all right.
sentence
Yeah.
here.
Well, and then,
You're an open dove. with
you're
your
an
wings.
open dove. You're free.
All right.
You're free.
I'm a free as a bird.
Yes, you're
Okay.
free as a bird.
Free as a bird.
Oh,
I totally forgot what we were talking about. Oh yeah, so
Yeah.
we're gonna talk about some bullshit here, real quick.
Is
So
that what we're
tip
talking about? Some
of the
bullshit?
topic?
Okay.
Our first subject. Would
Oh yeah,
be-
you think it's
Oh,
bullshit?
oh,
Yes, yeah,
Jesus
yeah,
Christ.
Yeah.
So you know what, Chris? I'll let you take it away here. Go ahead.
Well,
You're a role model.
my role model, her name, because she has the best cosmetics, is Kylie Jenner.
Her lip balm. Is
Her lip
just
balm
to die
is the
for.
bomb. So she is Forbes magazine. She is the youngest
Yep.
billionaire.
Billionaire. Do we say her name?
Kylie Jenner.
Kylie Jenner.
Kylie.
Yep. Okay.
So
continue.
if you can kind
I'm
of
gonna have
hear
a
Andrew.
connection.
Andrew is just, his head is growing larger and larger, and it is about to explode. So I feel like I just have to let people know that. Andrew and I feel like we kind of differ on these opinions, even though I agree with it's fucking stupid.
that
how
shirt does make you look fat.
it does, yeah. Quit judging me. But you're the one who picked this out. No. No. Anyways, so Kylie Jenner, basically billionaire.
Youngest billionaire.
Youngest
ever.
billionaire. Ever? No, I think.
Ever. Yeah.
Oh,
ever.
wow. Okay. All right.
Youngest
Yeah.
billionaire ever.
Yeah.
Beat Mark Zuckerberg by 2 years.
That is so crazy.
Self-made billionaire.
Self-made.
Self-made
Yes.
billionaire.
Yep.
21 years old.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's crazy. I guess what we can talk about.
The lack of justice in the world.
No, let's just kind of go over just real briefly. She. I guess what we
Who's
can.
giving her this money?
Oh, well,
Why?
like so she is a social media influencer.
Oh,
She and so many teenagers who wanted to be her, so many women, and that's
Why?
I don't know. I don't find her that attractive,
Why?
but there's so many women who do. Apparently she has great products, but she just branded herself so fucking well,
Yeah.
and it just it went off.
It's a brand.
Hey, you
All
know,
it is branding.
so she used, of course, sex to sell, but at least she didn't have to make a sex video.
Okay, so Kylie is obviously Caitlyn. No, not Caitlyn. Kylie is what's the other one?
The what?
The one with the fat ass. What's her name?
Yes. Oh, so Kylie is famous because of of
Keeping Up with the
Kim
Kardashians. Kim
Kardashian.
Kardashian.
Yeah.
Okay. So the whole reason she's not self-made. She just grew up and then became her own adult. She was part of a franchise of bullshittery. Okay. The big kicking off I believe was what was that, Chris?
It was Ray J and Kim Kardashian. They made a sex tape. Literally, like, Kim Kardashian was just kind of like a model, basically. And dude, literally, I mean, yeah, she was hot at the time, but that is how she got her start. She had, of course, she was rich, but she literally had a sex tape, and that's just caused blew up, and then she was
it just kept snowballing.
A celebrity, and then the family was all had sisters and total drama, and then they had a show, and then Kylie and
have you ever seen the photos of them before they were famous? Like,
they've all had work. Kylie used to look way different.
Have you seen them? They look normal. Like normal little kids.
Oh, yeah, and then just
normal
Hollywood
people.
took them over, and it's
They're
just crazy. Yeah,
fake as shit.
Yeah, it's crazy though. Because I've seen so many. This is just my personal opinion, and this is really not really the tip of the just the tip, but no, like, I've seen so many women dressed like them, same hair, same makeup, and I'm like, I'm sorry, I don't really find them that attractive. And I think it's so crazy is you see so many people,
what do they
so many women
like.
What
do they dress like?
They look like they're going to. They all dress like they're going to the VIP lounge for champagne. Yep,
okay.
Bottle service.
The amount that stupidity is rewarded, or just vapidness is rewarded in our culture. It's hard to take anything seriously.
It's proof that fucking sex sells more than anything. And
it's drama,
yep.
shitty drama.
Yep, yeah, people love it,
dude. Why? Who's watching this shit,
dude? It's crazy.
I don't know
how
anyone
many people
that watches this shit.
You
it's
don't know
like
many
Jersey Shore, but on steroids.
Yeah, so many people watched it. It's crazy.
Fuck me.
Okay, so then now the next tip, real quick,
with no transition.
With no transition, yeah.
So moving from the empty space that is the fucking
pop culture
Kardashian universe.
Man. Yeah,
okay?
yeah.
We will be moving into another little interesting,
a little bit of politics, right?
A little politica-fuckering.
Yes.
That did not work as well.
That's all right.
Yep. So H1R, which is a bill that was recently passed by the House. I think it was 230 some to 193.
Yeah, something like that.
Yes,
119
no.
or whatever. Yeah.
In a very interesting bill, quote unquote, the most sweeping legislation to ever pass the House for election reform.
Yeah.
And you want to know what's something that's fucking crazy, Chris?
Yep.
Did you knew about it because it's what I showed you, right?
Correct.
You don't understand. Like the House passed this. I think 2 days ago.
No one. You don't hear ever.
Nobody.
No.
Nobody said fucking dick about it.
Yep.
Which is really interesting. Okay, so supposedly,
I mean, there are
legislation,
and so I just want to.
I literally just happened upon it.
Correct. I happened upon. I have stumbled upon it. No. One thing though, like I will say though, is we have had. There are a lot of popular.
Yeah.
News stories and a lot of more gripping, or at least more like.
But it just wasn't anywhere. It wasn't anywhere. No notification on my phone.
Yep.
Nothing. Like literally, I happened to be scrolling,
and that's proof.
One little article.
Yeah.
What was this?
I do feel like that is a little bit of proof of how our media is today. Where if it's not grabbing you, they're not going to have it.
Well, I mean, what? I guess that maybe I'm a little more. I guess I don't want to put causation to it, but why the fuck wasn't it?
No, and like, I agree.
That's
yeah.
And maybe I don't watch the corporate media kind of stuff.
I don't watch court TV.
Judge Judy's a boss. So I don't watch the corporate media. Maybe they were talking about it. Maybe I could have very well missed it.
Oh, maybe, yeah.
But
yeah.
no one watches that shit anymore.
No, I
one
listen.
watches
Dude,
CNN.
I listen to NPR and like I'll listen to other
Local shit,
yeah,
and then
yeah.
your news on
Yep.
the internet.
no
one watches
papers,
cable
nothing.
TV.
I haven't seen anything. Yeah.
Okay, so it is an interesting and kind of complex hodgepodge of ideas on this here. So I guess starting off from the top here, and I am reading this from MSN News, so left-leaning, but I think it does a good job of hitting the bullet points, at least on it.
Okay.
When it comes to voting rights, the bill seeks to expand early voting, which is fantastic.
Cool.
Great. Create same-day voter registration, which is what we have in Minnesota, which I very much I do appreciate that
Correct.
a lot, actually.
Yep.
Crazy thing is I think you should have an ID with that. You should be able to prove you live there.
Well,
So,
of course, yeah.
Yeah, your ID, Chris. That's not an of course thing. Having an ID to vote is not an of course thing.
No, I understand.
Literally, all you have to do, if you wanted to come vote in my district, we would just have to walk down there, and all I had to say is, "This guy lives next to me," and then you can vote.
Oh wow.
Literally, it's people who are registered to vote in that district can vouch for other people that aren't registered.
I did not know that. Okay,
you
yeah.
do not need identification or anything.
I understand that it's harder for some people to come up with identification.
Why?
I know.
How?
I know.
Fuck no,
Hey,
it's not.
Yep.
Like that's the most bullshit thing. It's like it's the people can't get IDs. If you can't get liquor, you're gonna go get what you need to get liquor. Okay, you know, like they have IDs. The idea that someone is so helpless that they can't go get an ID is such a bullshit idea.
There's not that many in that actually can't get an ID.
No, yeah, and the thing is all they need to do is that they need to open up registration for IDs over the internet. You know, you should be able to take your picture on your computer.
No, you
and
can't.
get
You have
your
to go
ID
down to the
sent.
DMV.
Yeah, why?
Yeah.
Why?
That's just the way it is. It's
Why?
dumb. I know.
That's dumb.
So,
but okay, I guess continuing here. So I do love the same day voter registration. That's a great thing.
Yep.
Eligibility, save eligible voters from voter purging. I think that's kind of bullshit because every 2 years,
I don't know what that is.
So basically, you just have to. It's if you don't vote, if you skip an election, they purge the rolls of people that didn't vote in the last election. And you have to re-register. Re-registering takes all of 30 seconds.
Yeah, it's nothing.
It's fucking easy. If you give a fucking anything about it, voting is a privilege, not a right. Really, it should be a right. Voting is a right. Voting is a right.
Yeah.
We should treat it like a privilege, though.
Oh, gotcha.
I guess that's the point I'm trying to make.
I was like, what?
Yeah, and if you didn't vote in the last election,
I hate you.
If you don't care enough to do one or two tiny little steps, then you're probably not informed enough or give a fuck enough about the process, the people you're voting for in order to vote. You know? To say that it's an undue burden to re-register, no, it's definitely not. It's such a quick process. Creates a process or creates a pathway for re-enfranchisement. It allows people with felonies to I think it's have lost their voting privileges.
Yeah,
it allows them to come back and vote once they've served their their time.
Well, I don't know if it says that. What does it say? Okay. Read what it says because it says
I hate this this PC fucking and creates a pathway for re-enfranchisement for those who have lost voting privileges due to felony convictions.
Yeah, and so
re-enfranchisement.
That's what I'm curious about. That I don't know what exactly that means. Is that everyone?
Thing like, hey, we're saving the world.
Yeah,
kind of bullshit.
Yeah.
It's the circle jerkery.
Well, I do like. So here's the things. I like that, and then I don't like that. I have. I
think if you have a felony, you should be able to vote. Why not?
Yeah. I mean, well, here's the thing: is like if you've served your time, I feel like you should be able
even if
to.
You served your time, I think you should, even if you haven't served your time, dude, you're still being represented. If you're worthless.
Basically, if you're a criminal, and you're helping shape our society, do you want criminals to help shape your society?
I mean, do you ever see a politician saying,
I know,
look at
I'm
me,
just
felons, you know? No, the thing is that they're still being represented. I think that they still do have a voice.
They should. I agree.
And I think taking them off, it seems like it was such a small little bullshit political thing when they would have gotten taken off being able to vote.
Yeah.
You know, like, why was that ever the topic? Like, why were we so concerned about felons voting? No. It was some dude made a big thing of it, made him look tough on crime, and that's why we're having
I don't
this
want them to
conversation
vote.
now. We're letting these criminals vote.
Yeah.
There should be a poll in my mind. There should be a poll booth in the prison.
I have to laugh because you instinctively went into a Southern accent.
Oh, fuck yeah!
I love it.
Because Southerners are tough on crime.
Yeah. Tough
We're
on
tough
crime.
on
is
crime.
Criminals, you'll be a criminal for life. You'll be a criminal for life.
All right. So, and then anti-corruption. Third, there is a focus on anti-corruption measures in HR1 would require presidential and vice presidential candidates to disclose their income tax returns, and they want paper ballots to use in federal elections, mainly to reduce the risk of election day hacking. I actually do like the idea of paper ballots. I think everyone should use a paper ballot. There should never be a ballot that is just electronic.
No,
because
correct.
There is no record. You know, there is no truth in a computer. You know, I really much like the idea of these paper ballots.
Yep. So do I.
At the very least, as a backup. You know.
Yeah.
And I think maybe each election you should check a percentage of them. Just make sure that they are correlating with what's stated on the computer there. I do think we should have the paper ballots.
No, I agree with that.
The fact that they're trying to make the president and vice president disclose their taxes.
Isn't that funny?
That's a
direct.
yeah.
They were really having issues with that. I mean,
it's a direct shot.
So, but in the future, though, do you feel that it is maybe important to? I feel like I'm okay with that. Getting into someone's financials, especially if they're running.
I don't think you should be able to force. If it's the president that has to do it, then then it should be everybody that works in government.
I like that. Fuck yeah.
But it's not in there. It's vice president and president.
Yeah. Yep. I like that.
Well, what are they
clearly
hiding?
attack on Trump.
It's political.
It's very political. Yep.
Shit.
Yep. But I'm not trying to defend Trump by any means. I'm just saying everyone, clearly that's what it is, because everyone's having a hard time with getting his shit. And I know back and forth they were doing Hillary Clinton as well. Everyone wanted to release everyone's tax returns, even Bernie Sanders. I know Bernie Sanders is here you go, here's mine.
So you want to know something interesting? Damn it, I'm gonna look this up really quick.
This is no longer the tip of this we're just doing.
There is a country in Europe, European country.
Hear that?
That was beautiful. Where each citizen, they release all the tax returns.
Oh.
Every year of everybody.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Your taxes would be released.
Yep.
My taxes would be released. I just tried to Google something on my computer like I had internet, but I did not.
I love it.
All right. Because I was trying to find, it was Finland, I think. They call
something
it,
like that, yeah.
I think they call it the day of...
I heard about that.
What's it called?
Oh,
the day of
it's disrespectful.
Envy.
Yeah, totally. Because you find out who
what everyone makes. You know everything about everybody.
Interesting. Yeah.
That's.
Did they talk about?
So the very last thing, and I left this to last.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
So in an effort, this is how they put it. Okay.
Yep.
And this was obviously a Democratic bill because it passed the Democratic-controlled House. In an effort to combat political donations, large-scale, political donations, they want the government, they want federal monies to match small donations to campaigns.
No, it's I guess to clarify, in what I've read was that they were talking about being incentivized to have
this is how it puts it. Okay,
perfect,
so it seeks to create incentives for elected officials to rely on small donors,
so incentives
rather than large corporate contributions when running for office, and proposes new disclosure requirements on the source of donor money. You want to know what's crazy?
So wait.
This little synopsis
Where does that money
not
come from? That's my biggest thing.
This little synopsis does not state, and I can probably see your confusion on it. So the basically what it's saying is that every small donation to a campaign would be matched by federal monies. Okay,
yeah.
hey, give us a raise. Hey, give us a raise.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know, they're literally trying to double the money they receive to run for Congress.
Well, here's my question: is in theory, I like the idea of hey, no, just because here's the whole system is fucked up. I'm just gonna say this: if you don't have millions and millions of dollars for your campaign, you will not become president.
I'm gonna disagree.
No, hold on.
I'm gonna disagree.
It's a money game. That's how it is.
It can be.
Bernie Sanders did not have enough money as much as Donald Trump or Hillary Clinton. And Hillary Clinton and Donald Trump had the most fucking money. I feel like that's how presidencies have been won. But now check this out. I understand, like, let's say an independent, whatever, right? Or whatever. It is nice to like, how can you, if it's a money game, and you can't get as much money, it's like, what the fuck? If it's because right now I feel like it is very much a money game.
Well,
now whoever has the most money for campaigns will win, and of course it's not black and white. No,
Hillary Clinton spent much more than Donald Trump.
But here's the thing,
much more.
It all came down to Hillary Clinton or Donald Trump. So
I would say that there was some interesting things that happened.
It wasn't
in the
Hillary
Democratic
Clinton and Donald Trump, and that's it. Like,
there was some interesting things that they cut Bernie off at the knees a little bit.
Yes. So hold on,
they actively fought against Bernie in the Democratic Party throughout the primaries.
Correct.
I would say with YouTube,
the
with
reason
Facebook,
why too though is because Bernie had enough support to where
organic support.
He took away from Hillary.
Yeah.
That's why he stepped down. He had pressure, and then that's why
he got cut off of the super delegates in the Democratic Party, which I know they're talking about at least decreasing their influence on the elections for them.
Yeah.
Bernie Sanders got cut off at the knees in the election. And the thing was, he raised a lot of money. Don't get me wrong.
Oh, he got a lot of money.
However, he had a lot of organic, and when you promise people free stuff, you get a lot of people on your side. You know? And he had a social media presence. He had
Kylie
Jenner.
He had
Kylie Jenner.
The Utes with them. But I wanted to go back to my point real quick.
All right,
I guess. Shit, now I don't even know it anymore.
The money makes the election.
Money makes the world go around. No. I like the idea of almost leveling the playing field. Like even these little guys who can't, they're great leaders.
How would you, Chris, go about doing that?
No. Listen, you're going overstepping. All I'm saying is like it would be great, right?
Yeah.
But I'm not. I am against like subsidizing.
In the end, it ends up subsidizing campaigns.
That's exactly what they're doing. Is they're like quote unquote incentivizing.
Yeah.
No. What they're doing is they're subsidizing and they're giving money to people who don't have these large donations or corporations. And so it's like, wait a second, I'm sorry, you can't. What they're doing is they're almost putting a Band-Aid. They're not actually fixing the system.
Yeah.
The system is all about money and how much money you have.
Yeah.
And so now what they're saying is, oh well, if we don't have, we're gonna give to the little guys.
Yeah,
but who's the little guy? Where is the cap? It's way too broad, and
how
also
would you decide those
where is
caps?
that money coming from?
Well, yeah. Well, and the thing is, it's like.
Don't fucking interrupt me again.
These big corporations, companies, they know they give money.
I was this close because somebody said these big cocks, but
these big cocks.
Yeah,
these big companies, these big corporations, they know how bad it looks to give their guy money.
Say that again.
They know, politically speaking, publicly speaking.
If you align yourself, like I'm giving my money to.
Yeah, if Mitt Romney came out and he's like, man, Walmart gave me a shit ton of money, dude. They have a good business model, That wouldn't fly in any way.
No.
But they're giving it to these super PACs. There's nothing that can stop someone from putting out an ad, for something that they, we have free speech in this country.
Yep.
Whether you're a billionaire or poor as shit, you have free speech, and you should be able to use that in any way you want to.
Yeah, yep.
Which is putting out ads there.
Yep.
If you want to bring a candidate to light, you should be able to do that. I think.
Yep.
It's your damn money. People don't have to listen to it.
Yep.
It's the discernment of people that I think is the issue at the end of the day.
No, it's the lack of discernment.
Yeah, the lack of discernment of people at the end of the day. Do we pass laws restricting speech because people are influenced easily?
Yeah.
I don't think that's the correct thing. When we have literally all the knowledge of the world at our fingertips throughout the whole day, and we try to make it seem like people are being victims here. In all honesty, I think that the main thing was the subsidization of these political campaigns,
quote unquote,
yes,
incentive.
Yes,
Yeah,
and the thing is Democrats, I think, do typically get smaller donations. I don't have the numbers back that up, but I know the Republicans really rallied against this bill pretty bad. They said it was a Democratic operative bill. It is. Why would you put, it's not creating free speech, it's not equal speech when the government is matching certain kinds of speech, which is these smaller donations. Money is speech, unfortunately.
That's I think that's a nice little I don't want to say distinction, but correlation between I would say freedom of speech, but also the money.
Boom.
Yeah.
Dollar bills, y'all.
No, it's fucked up. It's fucked up.
Why? Who cares?
Yeah.
Who fucking cares? Let's talk about
okay.
Let's talk about just the fucking how we're just so tired of all this.
So that's one thing I really wanted to bring up is that I was mentioning to you earlier how throughout this whole week, you hear about the R. Kellys, you hear about just
who posted bail. Actually.
Omar.
No, he paid child support.
He paid his child support.
Yeah. Was that child support to his baby mama?
Yeah. Or to the government. Yeah.
God.
But no, just Omar. Fucking. How many lawyers going to prison? Not getting enough time they're supposed to. Just all this corruption. All of these.
It's a goddamn circus right now.
It's a circus, and
It's a
even
damn
with
circus.
Trump, they're trying to get him so hard. And it's I understand.
Like Stormy Daniels.
Yeah. Hey. Oh man, that was awesome. And I think maybe this might be a good segue, but even and I think for our listeners too or whatnot, is even when I talk about, you can tell that there is a witch hunt for Donald Trump.
Yeah.
With the whole security clearance, with all this shit, they're trying to, Democrats are trying to get him so bad. But also, though, when I bring that up, because I think it's fucking stupid, is I'm not happy with the president. And just because I'm bringing this, it reminds me very much of the way Omar was talking about how, hey, just because I'm talking about Obama or Israeli and
I'm sorry. Just because I'm talking about American
just
foreign
because
policy
I'm talking of American foreign
doesn't mean I'm anti-Semitic.
Exactly. And so just because I'm talking about how Democrats
people extrapolating out who you are based on individual events.
Correct.
Yes, yeah.
And so I feel like that's I've just been sick of it, and I'll be honest, this weekend I wanted just to tune out. After listening to everything through the whole week, I wanted just to turn my fucking radio off, and it's you know what?
This
what
week
the fuck?
was surprising, or was extra this
Ooh, I like
week.
it. Yeah.
It was extra, because in our so our topic of the week is Iihan Omar.
Yep.
Main reason why she's actually my representative.
Oh,
so,
a little local.
Local.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yep.
she is representing
Yep.
me. So I was like, let's talk about her. Everyone else says, why not?
I ended up voting for her. Or no, I mean,
couldn't
I know.
vote for her.
Yeah, I wanted to. That's what I was gonna. Yeah. Sorry.
You wanted to?
Did
you?
I decided after, even though she had that. Yeah. I. Here's the thing: is I wanted to give her the benefit of the doubt.
Okay, well, we're gonna get into this.
Okay,
but
yeah.
so it was tough this week, and I think another thing, Chris, is we've been doing this for 2 months now, and we're not just consuming it; we're reading news in a way for us to regurgitate that information to people.
Yeah.
And I feel like it requires an extra level of discernment on our ends to, because we get one side and we try to get the other side.
Yeah.
That's
what I'm all about.
At least the best way we're able to.
Yeah.
And finding facts is such a hard thing.
It's
Yeah. It almost makes me want to create a website.
just like my last relationship. Heyo.
Finding facts?
Finding facts because she lied a lot.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Man, that's just
he had just the smallest single tear going down his cheek.
Hey, that means I healed, like, when I'm able to joke about it. That was perfect. That was so perfect. I thought you were going to be with me.
I'm
you're
sorry.
Like, you're like, what? Oh.
I didn't want to, rip the scab open.
No, that was good.
Anyway.
No, we're good.
Okay.
Yes. Jesus.
Oh,
man. All right.
I totally forgot. Well, it's so hard to just find raw information. It really is, because it's always put together with commentary like ours. Honestly.
I'm sorry. So, like, even tonight, we were just kind of going over a few things, and you have to literally open up 4 fucking tabs to read through. You'll have one
for
that's
a single incident.
For fucking yes. And it's so crazy, you guys. How fucking different and how the polarizing the views are. It's insane. And what's so fucking crazy is that people out there, you guys, I'm sorry, and it sounds maybe accusatory or whatever, you're listening to just one channel, one news source, and you're just continuing to just forward a narrative. And I'm sorry, that's not healthy.
It's like, I think we've been pretty honest.
Yeah.
We are biased, we are.
I can be.
You are biased in a different way than I am biased.
Yeah. That's why our podcast is fucking dope.
Yeah, it is. So we disagree. We do agree on a lot.
Yeah.
There's a certain
I think we have
amount of
similar
affability.
views. Yeah.
I have very strong, I would say, libertarian style views.
Yep.
You're more middle of the road. You're more moderate.
I'm more moderate.
We have some good things.
Moderate as fuck.
I like the idea there. I think we're bringing something that at least I don't hear. I'm decently informed on the news. I really don't hear this too often.
I like being able to bring something up, or at least like have an idea, and you're like, oh shit.
Just cutting through that filter is such a hard thing.
Just like deciding what your outlets are. I think it's like super important. Just you're choosing what you're listening to and where you're getting your information is. It's like, why wouldn't you want a balanced view?
Well, and the thing is you're making these decisions now that will probably run throughout your life. It's you think, oh, I'm going to listen to that today. If you listen to that every day, it will affect who you are intrinsically.
Oh yeah.
And to not be a one-sided person. I hate Fox News. I cannot stand listening to Fox News.
Yeah.
Just the tone in which they go about it.
I understand it. Yeah.
It's like grating a cheese grater on my arm. It's horrible. But I do listen to them. Or at least I listen to clips of them. They do bring up good ideas, different ideas.
Yeah.
Much different than what you hear. Throughout the media right now.
Well, when you want to maybe mediate, or when you want to create healthy relationships,
yes,
you have to be willing to listen to other viewpoints. You have to be able to, and then understanding maybe you don't really fully accept or Quit touching the microphone.
being able to fathom ideas creates your ability to empathize with other people, and it strengthens your relationships with them regardless.
Speaking of the media, we're gonna come to our actual topic of the night.
Yeah, it'll be a shorter one this week.
It'll be short.
The reason we bring this up is because so we'll be talking about Iihan Omar and her the shitstorm that has encircled her for about 2 weeks now. It seems like.
I believe the actual term is clusterfuck.
Clusterfuck.
Yes,
I apologize. Yes. That's the PC word for it. Yes.
Yes.
So the reason why we wanted to discuss this after literally everyone else has already beaten this shit to death on this is because Iihan Omar is actually my representative in Congress.
So we have a local mind to speak about this.
I hope you're listening, and I hope you represent me to a T. Iihan,
okay, yeah.
Iihan. So I'm sure everyone's heard about the so-called anti-Semitic tweets that she has released.
So basically, all week, you hear about just of what she said, and then kind of just how the media has taken it, ran with it, and then you heard about how they took it too far, and then there's resolution happening.
World.
It's just it's a lot, and we just kind of want to just kind of backtrack, just kind of go through it real quick, and then get some, at least maybe some more understanding, and there you go. All right. Okay, so I guess we can kind of go over it. So one thing that I basically kicked everything off, right, was her. Was it a tweet? I thought she was talking actually in like. We don't know, do we? I love
so there was a quote that.
I'll restart. Hold on. All right. So basically, I wanted just to bring up kind of like kind of what she said, which kind of stirred everything up. She essentially just said she wanted to talk about political influence in this country that says it is okay to push for allegiance to foreign countries.
Yes, and that was directly related to our ally in the Middle East,
Israel. Yes.
Which she has spoken negatively about several times.
So she is Muslim. And there is a long feud between Muslims and Israel
in the Middle East.
And Middle East, yeah.
So I think it's safe to say that we don't have enough time in the fucking world.
No, we do
to go through the long history of Israel. And
it's kind of a hard subject to kind of tackle within maybe 10 minutes.
Yeah. It's and they've been talking about it for 100.
They've been talking about it for years.
So it is an interesting thing.
Yeah.
The media did end up kind of running with it there. So basically, what had happened was she was questioning our involvement with Israel.
Just the overall political influence.
Yes. To understand her concern and to understand why people interpret it in such a way, she does have a history of. I wouldn't say deep questioning, but questioning Israel with very historic values. In how she's expressing these. So in one tweet, this was back in 2012, she had stated, Israel has hypnotized the world. May Allah awaken the people and help them see the evil doings of Israel. #Gaza, #Palestine.
And that's Israel. Pretty...
So
it's kind of big. That's kind of like that line in the sand. That's I would say it's a bold statement.
Well, it seems like the abandonment of a Jewish state,
and like
in
what?
The Middle East.
And I don't mean to interrupt. I just does that sound super anti-Semitic to you? Or does it just seem like just a negative?
I wouldn't say anti-Semitic, but I would say it's anti-Israel. Easily. And many people, consider Israel a part of their identity. I'm very sure. I can't think of another state or country in the world that is similar to
Alabama.
what is going over there. Oh, Alabama, maybe. Yeah. Mississippi. Yeah,
definitely.
There we go. Yeah. There you go, Bible Belt. Perfect.
So essentially, the overreaction.
Yes.
They basically said anti-Semitism.
Anti-Semitic. Yep.
Yep. Anti-Semitic. But also they called it. They called it, what was the
Anti-Semitic?
No, the dual
racist. So she didn't help herself when she had also responded to criticism of her ideas on Israel by saying it's all about the Benjamins.
Yeah,
baby. In regards to Israeli influence in our Congress here.
Yep.
What she was basically more or less alluding to was how these influences are creating dual loyalties in our Congress, and that has a very historic meaning in the Jewish community.
Pretty negative connotation.
Yeah, it has a historical meaning where, after World War II, Israel was created. A lot of Americans questioned whether or not Jewish people in the United States were loyal to the United States, if they could be trustworthy and trusted.
Yeah.
So there is quite a history there.
So there's all that history, and then she makes these comments. Then the Democratic Party basically says, hey, we need to kind of get away from this. We need to kind of like call a resolution to
Nancy Pelosi.
Correct.
In an effort to kind of cover their asses, really.
Yeah.
I really don't think of Judaism as a separate race. When I see,
isn't it crazy? Yeah,
it doesn't feel like that to me.
Yeah.
Like when I see Seth Rogen on TV, I don't think of him as being quote unquote different than me.
Yeah.
I said some white dude with a shitty laugh. And the one. Yeah. No. Exactly. It's an odd thing that there's such a historical history behind this. What the fuck did you ask me?
No, we were just talking about the resolution and Nancy Pelosi.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
So this resolution was called nearly immediately after the shitstorm hit the fan.
Kind of, yeah.
It was such an odd thing, and first of all, it was an absolutely pointless endeavor. It was all just, oh hey, look at us, we love you guys,
Well, what I heard, I guess from reading what I heard or whatever,
from reading what I heard.
Did I just say that? Jesus Christ! Oh man, edit. What I gathered from reading these different articles is that first they were aligning themselves, then they're like, no, wait a second, you know what? It's a little bit too extreme, and then they decided, no, we need to kind of come up with our own.
So there was a closed door meeting. So the House of Congress, they hold closed door meetings weekly, I guess. They had discussed the bill during that time, and apparently Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez and there's another one. There's another Muslim from Michigan, representative
Rashida.
Rashida. Yes, Rashida.
Yeah.
They had both kind of protested, I guess, the initial bill because it was not broad enough, quote unquote.
Okay.
So, and I think one of the big things that brought this apart was you and me had watched a video of Iihan kind of responding to the backlash that she had received.
Yeah.
More or less, it was, how can I be racist when people are racist against me? That was really what I got from it.
Yeah, it
was an odd thing.
So what she said, and I don't think I'm not sure how many people actually heard this. So I think
it wasn't widely reported.
No. So
it is on YouTube though.
Yeah. So essentially, what she was talking about was that she's like, "Hey, listen, I'm Muslim, and when I speak about things, most people look at me like I am speaking from an anti-Semitic. Just because I'm Muslim doesn't mean that I am always coming from an anti-Semitic place."
More or less, she was saying, "You think I'm racist because you're racist."
Yeah,
that was really what it said.
Definitely,
you think I'm being racist because I'm Muslim. That.
So and she's like, a lot
literally what it was.
What she was saying, she's like, there's a lot of people who go to this place that assume like I'm this person.
Yeah.
And
anti-Semitic because
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
Muslim.
yeah. And I mean,
It's like fighting fire with fire, but racism with racism. Maybe
I don't know. Yeah,
a little bit.
yeah. It's like, I mean, how can you? I don't know. Like, yeah, how do you defend something that is clearly like a very different belief system?
Well, in all honesty, I think it's oversensitivity. Who gives a fuck? You know, who cares? You know,
Yeah.
it was Bizarro World, and what really should have just been a non-story became a story of the week, and when we have such an intense conversation about something that is really in the end pointless, she phrased things wrong, and then when they tried to correct those things, people got offended by the way they tried to correct them because they weren't included in that correction. It's such an odd thing.
And I'll just add on that too, is I think it's just crazy that she misspoke,
I don't know if she misspoke.
Well, no. Oh, okay, not misspoke. She used vocabulary. And people really construed it. And I feel like I had it. No, I'm
well,
sorry.
The thing is even if she had those views, she was not expressing something that was outright, you know. She wasn't accusatory in any way. She was questioning more or less our involvement with
I think
the
it's
Israeli government.
Yeah, so I just really appreciate her being able to kind of like shed light on, is there too much influence?
Questioning,
Like at least questioning. Hey, is it? Hey, this is a little bit too. At least bring it to the forefront.
We do give billions of dollars to Israel. We each year just for self-defense purposes.
Yep.
It's not really, it's quite understandable because they are surrounded by people that want to kill them all.
Yeah.
There is a historic, precedent that we have to look at, though.
Yeah.
Jews have had a go of it.
Yeah.
Throughout their whole history,
Mm-hmm.
it's been pretty horrible for them.
Yeah.
Quite a bit.
Yep.
And to say that, should we be, at their side, throughout history, regardless of what they do? I don't think so. To question, I think, is a valid thing.
No, yeah. And I think that's of course important, dangerous, not easy to talk about, and I think that's kind of I guess maybe end kind of what we were.
Well, yeah, I think it would be to accuse Iihan Omar of being anti-Semitic, and her big reaction to that was, you guys are calling me racist because I'm Muslim. So basically fighting racism with racism, more or less, which I thought was interesting. But I suppose, it could make sense, she would identify, with Palestinians, and Palestinians are not treated fairly in Israel. Israel, it is very clear that they are wanting a Jewish state. That is quite clear throughout the last decade or so.
Interesting how over Middle East is affecting our politics here.
Well, yeah, it comes down to I suppose it really just comes down to American imperialism. Really, it's American influence throughout the world. When we are picking these winners and losers, what we're seeing now is there's becoming a divide in Congress, at least in these these Minnesotan House seats here. They're not towing the line, and the thing is you see the reaction to more the stalwarts of good old American policy. And the visceral reaction they had to some simple questioning. She was told by President Trump to step down from office.
That's crazy,
which is a crazy thing. It's a tough thing for me to defend her in any way because I cannot stand one single policy she has.
Okay.
Totally antithetical to my ideology. However, this was, I think, a little overblown.
When
it comes to supporting other governments, scrutiny is warranted.
Yeah. Well, there we go. I feel like that was a lot to digest, but also
It's a topic
important.
that you really cannot. We would have had to have just started talking about it at the very beginning of the podcast, and we wouldn't be done yet.
No, and like I think at least we kind of touched upon it. We touched the tip.
Touched the
Tip of the topic. No, yeah. But anyways, no, I think a lot of good shit was said, and I guess we'll kind of go from there.
We'll find out when we
we'll find
listen
out.
to it.
What? Yeah.
Okay.
So all right, so we're gonna wrap up here. We really appreciate your time listening to us again. If you guys have any questions, give us a like and a share.
Yeah, absolutely. Subscribe to us.
Subscribe.
on iTunes.
Yes. So what are we on here? We are on iTunes. We are on Spotify.
Whatever app you're listening to us on right
Hey,
now.
yeah, and we do have our Facebook page, which is That's Your Opinion, Man. And we're actually now putting content
photos
up.
and shit up there.
Yeah.
And actually, one thing I was going to start doing, maybe we start sharing some biased footage. Some our where we're finding our information. We'll probably be sharing that.
I dig
as
that.
well.
Yeah.
Seeing where we're coming from.
Yeah.
At the very least.
Yeah. Well, all right. Well, then until next time, next week, we will talk to you guys. And thanks for coming by and checking this out.
This has been another episode of
That's Your Opinion, Man. All right. You have a good week. Bye.
They're much too big to try to dig the colorful names we say.